set for the final day of Group P action here at the beautiful Oriental Sports Center in Shanghai. FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 action here, Group P classification rounds. Jordan taking on Senegal. Carlin Gay alongside Mark Clark, and there you see the fans who have stuck around here in Shanghai to support their club. And of course, faces young and old all around to continue to watch the FIBA Basketball World Cup, which has been terrific to this point. Mark, we have a phenomenal game here for both teams, a phenomenal opportunity for both teams. Both of them looking for their first win, and they're going to be going all the way out to try and grab it here on the world stage.
Well, it's anyone who thinks that there's such a thing as a dead game in national team basketball, way off beam, because like there's national pride. Also, there's ranking points here all the way through in every competition, when they'll go to an Afro basket, when they'll go an Asia basket, when they're in the qualifiers next time around. That will make a difference to which groups they play in. So there's always something to play for in addition to that pride. And as we saw Senegal in particular, as they come out here in the last game, possibly up there with their best performances in the competition. When they hung around with Germany for the whole game, it took a tremendous performance by Dennis Schroeder to just put them away. He had to take over the game in the second half, and yet they still kept coming back. Have improved every single game, and have used the World Cup for that secondary purpose. Measure yourself against the best once every 4 years. They've got better every game. They can walk away from here, if they get a win, feeling good about themselves going forward.
No question about it. They did struggle in the pre-tournament games that they had. They went 3-5 in those. They were in the toughest group in the competition, having to play Lithuania, Australia, and Canada. They lost all 3 of those games. They came here to Group P, played Germany, which they weren't expecting to see. Germany was expected to move on. So they've had 4 tough matches. They finally have a game where they feel like they have an opportunity to win. On the other side, Jordan, well, they've had a tough road as well.
Oh, what a tough road. But then again, lost by 4 opening day against a team that's found themselves in the top 16, that's going to be bound for the Olympic qualifiers in the Dominican Republic. A team that beat Germany. So, you know, then they've ended up having some tough ones throughout the competition too. The trouble for them is they're coming off almost, well, a record loss for them. And they looked as though they had run their tournament in the last game. But you can bet they've been in the hotel, they've had team meetings, and if nothing else, the coach is going to challenge them as individuals, as well as the fact they're representing their country. They proved, game 1, they had the talent to be here. You'd want them to leave here on a high with a good performance against Senegal.
There's head coach Joey Steinbig. As we get set for game 1 here in Group P, the last day of the classification rounds here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Jordan, Senegal up first, Germany and Canada a little later on. And there are the standings. Canada and Germany have locked up the top 2 spots here in Group P. Both Senegal and Jordan looking for their first victory here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. We're dancing in Shanghai as faces young and old have made the trip here to see what is expected to be a great game between 2 great nations with a lot of pride on the line. We'll break now for the national anthems, first from Senegal, up next, then from Jordan. See head coach Joey Steinbeck wanting to have his team leave on a good note. Both teams will meet at center court and exchange some gifts. This will probably be the last handshake between these two. And then we'll have a tilt, a fight, if you will, between both these two teams, and they look to scrap for their first victories. Anytime the fight needs some order. So we'll meet our officials, 3 officials that will be in charge of this game. Manu Mazzoni, the head official from Italy, with his staff. They've done a terrific job here in Shanghai as they hope to carry on to the quarterfinals. Means something for the referees as well. Now let's chat a little basketball as we get set for to introduce you to the Senegalese team, who are, as I said, Mark, looking for their first win, but you mentioned off the air, they've been getting better and better every single game. Well,
and I think it's one of those things that you look at, and when you see the starting lineup, and Maurice Endor is pretty much their leader in terms of emotion. Mohamed Faye was just tremendous the other day in the game against Germany. But when they review this program, they go, hey, we're good, we got better as the tournament on, so how could we prepare better? How can we get ready for these competitions better? How can we help our players do better in this competition? There's Ibrahima Faye, averaging over 12 points a game, 5 rebounds, was exceptional at times against the Germans. Really did, inside, outside, really shot the ball well, rebounded well, and was one of the guys that when they needed baskets against the Germans, stepped up and took responsibility. Just got to get here ready to play, not take 3 games to get going, especially as they found themselves in the toughest group. This Jordan lineup, I think it's a personal pride thing. I think it's, are they going to play well enough? The worry for them is that the worry doesn't start. Even there was talk about him having a problem after the last game, a slight sort of a thigh or a groin problem. And obviously with his season not just that far around the corner, you know, there's always the issue of will he play, will he not? Tucker, but on the other hand, has been phenomenal every game, day in, day out, and he was great in the qualifiers, great in the tournament, and he can walk away from this one of these Jordan players that's going to be really enhanced by the experience. Like this guy is, enhanced by the experience.
He's going to have fun throughout. So will we. You mentioned Dar Tucker. He is one of naturalized players that we've seen throughout the tournament. He spoke really well in the post-game press conference. Even despite the loss to Canada being that big margin, he's very prideful in the opportunity of representing Georgia basketball. We'll take a look at the head coach. Head coach Gay Mustafa Guy for Senegal. Very passionate after that performance against Germany. Thought his team played well, but he would rather have gotten the victory. As Dennis Schroeder put on a show, as you mentioned, that really turned the tide. On the other side, the American head coach Joey Steinbeck just wants his team to end this tournament the right way. They didn't come out with the effort that they needed to against Canada, and quite frankly, Canada would have been tough to beat on any night. They went for a record 24 three-pointers in that game, but the effort wasn't there for Jordan. Let's see how they come out today.
It's going to be important, isn't it? First few minutes for Jordan's going to tell us, tell everybody watching at home, are they here to play today, or are they just getting through it before they get that flight home? You would hope and expect, and you would expect anyone stepping out for the national team, they're not going to go through the motions. And you know they've been reminded of how bad they ended up performing in that game against Canada. They allowed Canada to shoot those record threes, make those record threes. And, you know, it doesn't get any easier. It's the World Cup, etc. But it's a process. The World Cup doesn't stop now, and then they're going to go on from this and get better and better and better. regional championships over the next few years, then they'll want to get back to the World Cup in 4 years' time. You can't keep going back to square one. And in Jordan's case, they've got to perform better. They've got to give us effort, and then they will perform better. I'll still take Senegal in this one because they were impressive against Germany.
Right.
Let's put no bands about. They played a pretty solid game from minute 1 to minute 40, both ends of the floor, and it's going to be a tough ask for Jordan to contain them as this game develops.
Senegal has improved the entire tournament. They were on the doorstep of their first victory 2 nights ago playing Germany. Jordan, can they bring forth the effort to give themselves a chance in this one to walk home with victory of their own? Off we go here from Shanghai, the Oriental Sports Center. Carlin Gay alongside Mark Clark. Glad you're with us. Senegal in the road green, Jordan in the home white. And a turnover for Senegal to start the game. That is a problem for both these teams coming in.
Well, that one is one of those turnovers that you almost accept because he went to the basket strong. But the good thing, if you is someone got back and actually got involved. That didn't happen for 40 minutes against Canada.
Awadi. Abbas inside. Oh, rejected by Doy.
Wow.
For help, Dalmeida picks it up. Oldest player in the team on Dalmeida, 36 years of age. Playing for Senegal. Sam on the drive. This is Dalmeida with the floater. The first 2 of the game goes to the old guy.
It's a really nice ball movement. Opened up the middle, and again, the problem Jordan had the other day. No one helped, no one moved. He goes straight down the middle, lays it up.
Tucker. Awadi will tee up a 3 and knock it down.
That's nice screen away from the ball. Awadi came off it really tight, curl, gets his feet set, knocks it down, then gets active with his hands. I mean, if they'd have shown half this effort, Canada may still have beaten them, but they wouldn't have been there standing there knocking down wide open 3s for the game.
See that last replay by Awadi. Back to live action. 5 for 3, that's no good. Abbas pulls it down. Speaking of old guys, Abbas, 35 years of age. It's likely his last run here with Jordan. As Tucker tees up with 3, no good. Crashing the boards is FIBAWC. That's out of bounds out of him. Already immediately 100% more effort in this game for Jordan to start.
Well, you said it on the glass that someone actually went to the offensive rebounds. Abbas was one of the guys that, you know, with his 35 years, etc., he wasn't going to lay down and die the other night. He was one of the guys that did try and put some effort in. Now he looks like he's getting some help. Now they've got another deflection and a turnover. Maybe they went into this game against Canada thinking, we can't win.
Right.
You know, tournament play, sometimes you have to make a decision about a game and preserving your effort over this long a tournament. Maybe that was what happened the other night.
Ibrahim. Awadi for 3, no good. FIBAWC crashing the boards, it's rewarded. 14 for Jordan. It's Tucker. Waits for an FIBAWC screen. Now Tucker looking to dance at Doy. Doy with the second block of the game. Senegal pushing the other way. Sidor. He'll pull it for 2. Got it. His jump shot is so smooth. We've seen that throughout the tournament.
Well, you know, he's going to be in Valencia. He's going to be in the ACB again next year, moving from Munich to Kazan in Russia. And if you're playing on those teams, you know, you've got to have quality. And he did it the other day against against Germany when he's in space. He's got a great stroke, mid-range. He's so good, about 18 feet and in. So he's an asset as well. But what about Doy's athleticism? 2 blocks. And this one in particular, that was getting up because he really had to chase and get involved in that one. Abbas just looked at the official and shook his head.
On the rejoin, 14 to shoot for Jordan. This is Abbas. FIBAWC, who's been active, looking for his first 2. That is rejected by 5. Still time on the clock for Jordan. Tucker, as the buzzer expires, left it short. And Almeida telling his team to run. He wants 5 to get out home from the court. Feeds him with the look. Side is Doy. He'll look to bang with Abbas. Doy powering his way to the hoop. Foul, he'll go to the line for 2.
And Abbas, I hope the foul's not called on Abbas because he doesn't get to see the replay of the block. That's 3 blocks in 3 minutes. If you're going in there, you better finish strong. That's just knocked away for fun and knocked away hard too. But Abbas played really nice defense. He was in stance, held his spot. And if FIBAWC is going to come over and help, don't bail him out with the reach. You know, take away the space, make him kick it out. Guy finds himself on the 3-throw line after Abbas is going to be going, hey, I couldn't have done anything else. Took away his space, wasn't going to foul him. Did a really nice job.
Both free throws knocked down, 6-3 game. Noy with a quick start, 2 points, 2 blocks, and a board. Awadi. Inside, this is Abbas. Sam on him. I mean, Abbas got away with some elbows there, but the foul is called on Sam.
He just didn't give him any space to square up, did he? He was in his space, so it should be a blocking foul as was called. It's always a fine point there. You've got to give someone the space to play. And at the same time, however much contact there is, Abbas can't swing the elbow, so.
Abbas thought better of going up with his shot, dished it off to FIBAWC, and the intimidation by Doy caused the miss there.
Yeah, Doy's intimidation for everybody to see.
There he is on the ball now. He sets the screen for Sam. Almeida fires inside to Doy. Good catch and finish.
Wow, that shows you where Senegal are now from where they were at the beginning of the tournament. Everybody touched it in transition. Great ball movement, excellent cut away from the ball, easy 2.
Go the other way on the offensive foul. Moving screen by El Wadi, and he's arguing the call. Senegal now starting to get a little pace of the game. They like to play a little up-tempo, helter-skelter basketball. That's what kept them in it against Germany. They just couldn't sustain that towards the end of the game. Germany's talent kind of took over that one, and Dennis Schroeder will do that to you. Turnover there. Tucker on the push. 4-on-2 for Jordan. Tucker right to the rim. Gets the roll.
Again, 4 guys committed to the break, so the defense had to make a decision. Tucker made the right one once the defense had tried to stop the pass. It's just a better effort from Jordan already. They're down 3, but they're actually putting some effort on the floor.
5 waits for Doy screen. 5 tees up a 3, gets fouled and knocks it down. Chance for a 4-point play.
And as frustrated as Abbas looks, it's one of those fouls that they have to call. It's one of those things I hate to see. You're going to take away the space of the man in the air when he lands. And 1, it's dangerous. 2, it just puts the shooter off. Referees have to protect the shooter in the air, which is what they did. And Abbas just carried on forward, which means he picks up his 2nd foul, which is disappointing after a really bright start.
So he'll sit with 2 fouls in his back pocket, which will send 5 to the free throw line. Can't complete the 4-point opportunity. And the ball's ripped down by Tucker, and here's Freddie Ibrahim dribbling up the court. El Marji checked into the game for Abbas, who leaves. Wadi's 3 no good. El Marji pulls down the rebound. Ibrahim's hacked, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Great decision. Great decision. Really put the ball on the floor, took it strong, and the young man, still only 22 years old, Ibrahim.
Youngest player on the team, was actually born in Canada. Mississauga, Ontario.
Yeah. What a solid, quick decision. And again, it's the same thing that didn't have the other day. They were just content to get it, move it. Everything was just very indecisive. He makes these, they get it back to a 4-point game, and Senegal have played well in this first 5 minutes. So what could have been a disappointment for the young kids in particular who've come to the game looks like it's going to warm up into a real decent game.
Ibrahim knocks down 2 free throws. The lead is 4. Almeida trying to shake Ibrahim. Cross-court pass. 5 inside the Doy, who started off well. There's a 2. No good, and Ibrahim skies for the rebound, and he'll look to push. Ibrahim right down the lane with the floater.
Well, he's had impact straight off the bench, hasn't he? You want guys coming off the bench to give you some punch, to give you some impetus, to give you momentum. He's come in, he's been to the bucket twice, fouled the first time, gets the 2, goes to the basket again, finishes. 2-point game on just on the back of his contribution. And he's up the floor now.
Watching Dalmeda with the full court pressure. Sam on the curl. 5, they go inside the door. He's battling on Tucker. Door shot no good. Doy touched it. Oh, they say last touch by FIBAWC. It will stay on this end.
It's always good to see hard work rewarded. Doy's been impressive in the game against Germany. You know, Doy's, he's 212 and he's got lots and lots of upsides here.
Great size for a man inside. A Sam's 3 no good. Tucker pulls down the rebound. Ibrahim, a little confident now with the high dribble. Ibrahim turns the corner. Ibrahim inside, gets his man in the air. Can't get it to go. Here comes Senegal the other way. 4 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Both these teams looking for their first win in the classification round. The first win overall, the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Sam steps out of bounds. It was right in front of Jordan head coach Joey Steinbeck. They helped the refs out with the call. Him and the head official, Manu Mazzoni, having a conversation there.
I don't think he needed to. I mean, Steinbeck's entitled to standing in his area. He's off the court. So, great that he's up. Great that he's doing what his team want to do as Tucker takes it back. Great that he's trying to get his team up. He's really trying to engender that motivation into his team, and his team are responding really well.
Yeah, they tied it up here with 3:35 to go in the first quarter. Door, that's a 3. Left it short. Tucker pulls it down, and look out, Jordan have a chance to grab the lead here in this game. Marzi gives it back to Tucker. FIBAWC sets a screen. This is Al Marzi. Ibrahim, hesitation dribble all the way to the 10. Left it high. Doy again coming over with the intimidation. This is 5 stepping into a triple, knocks it down. Senegal shot the ball well. They just turned the ball over, and that allowed Jordan to stay within striking distance here in the first quarter. Baseline pass. Good fake. Awadi's feeling it. He's 5. Good pace to start this game as we approach 2:25 to go in the first quarter. Doy battling down low, can't get it to go. He hits the deck looking for a foul call, none coming. Ibrahim will push. His bounce pass is knocked away. The ball drops right at our feet here at courtside.
You know, he has that weakness. You know, when there's no space to play, he sometimes gets a little physical out of the situation. He's an asset. I mean, that's the thing. He's just an asset that you've got to try and find a way to use. He's playing with great energy all the way through this first quarter.
Tucker pulls up for 3s, hacked! And he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
And Mohamed Faye just gave him 3 throws. There's actually nothing to be gained from even attempting, because he's already got rid of the ball. The slightest of touch, that's all it takes in that situation.
They've been consistent with that call the entire tournament. They've been protecting the jump shooters. They've allowed a little bit down low, but they've been protecting jump shooters.
And that's what you want, isn't it?
Here on the world stage, absolutely.
You've got to, guys trying to score, which is the game, it's about trying to score and stop people scoring. But when you're in the air shooting the basketball, let them shoot it.
Well, Dar Tucker takes his regular jump shots with his left hand and shoots his free throws with his right. He said he developed that as a young man, and most young kids have trouble shooting from range. It normally ends up looking like a chest pass, and that's how he developed the ability to use both hands with that shooting motion. And as he got older, developed a regular style with the elbow in. He found out that he was able to shoot with both hands, and now shoots his free throws with the right hand because it just gives him a better percentage, but does everything else with his left.
It's quite an interesting point because there's a lot of coaches that when people are struggling, especially when you say when they're young, have tried to get people to shoot with the other because at times, because it's your weaker hand, you do everything in a straight line. You do a little bit mechanically, but one of the places this game you can be mechanical is on the free throw line. And obviously Tucker's doing a great job from the field with his left and from the line with his right, so you can't argue.
It's over 80% from the free throw line with his right hand. A little bit less than that with his left. 5 on the shot clock. This is 5 for 3. And an air ball. Here's Tucker. Mr. Ambidextrous the other way. Doubled up. Might have to have some help. Just gets it away. FIBAWC behind the pack pass. Jordan getting a little too fancy. Leads to Doi for a dunk. Sometimes the dunk not only energizes the team, but the entire crowd and everybody on their feet after that one. 16 all. Dean just stepped onto the floor. He launches a 3. Hits. That's a good sign for Jordan.
Well, everyone who's when they started the game, they looked to shoot the ball decisively and did it again now.
Call for the blocking foul. Gives us an opportunity to see that last dunk by Doi.
Now, I'd like to say that he had really run the break hard. He got out ahead. But when he saw that Tucker had got tied up, he started to leak out straight away. And would have really hurt Tucker. He really did well to get out the double team. Then they tried to go a little bit showtime behind the back when they literally had a 2-on-1, and the result of that was the dunk. They could have been scoring themselves. We could have been looking at 18-16, not 19-16 the other way.
Doi getting a much-deserved rest as we're in the last minute of this first quarter. Another turnover for Senegal. This is Tucker on the runway. He's fouled and one! Tucker, that time finishing with the right hand.
And it's still important to stress, you know, as you see this, there's a lot of people say, well, maybe Hussein should have got the basketball. Just the fact he was there meant the defense had to, you know, play a little bit more honestly. And Tucker's the scorer. He's the guy that's supposed to score. Takes it off the glass. We'll go for the M1. And really give Jordan a chance to build on what's been a really positive, you know, first quarter for them. This 6-point lead, that wasn't the way I saw this first quarter developing. And a lot of it has been hustle plays.
Yeah.
They've come up with steals, they've come up with turnovers, they've come up with points in transition. That's not in the script if you remember their game against Canada.
Not at all. 5 turnovers and counting now for Senegal. They see themselves down 6 as Sam crosses center court. A lot more communication as well. You can hear the chatter on the court defensively for Jordan. Dor pulls up. No good. Pull down, and Jordan will hold for 1. All right, worse. They're going to go into the quarter break with a lead. As Hussein comes and sets the screen for Abdeen. It's kicked by Abdeen. It'll go the other way, and it will allow Senegal an opportunity at the final shot.
Just a messy screen. I mean, you didn't really give Hussein the chance to get a decent angle. And in the end, if you don't execute those finer points, the difference between the good and the bad teams here is that more than anything else.
Sam with 3 to shoot. Sam splits the double team, loses the handle. Adasuki at half court. No good. Well, we saw 2 of those fall between Jordan and Canada. Now we're 0 for 1 to start this game, but Jordan in front after 1, 22-16. How about that? FIBA Basketball World Cup here in China.
Well, numbers-wise, it was a horror show for Jordan in their previous game. They're still not knocking down the 3 particularly well, but have really done a nice job in terms of effort. They've had more effort plays, they've had more steals, they've gone up and down the floor. taking more shots than Senegal. And that's how they started the game, with the 3 off the screen. And they were just more decisive, more committed to whatever coach is being asking them to do. And they get rewarded with that 6-point lead. So we've got a game when, at times I was a little worried coming into this game if they didn't have the effort, as we've seen on a number of occasions, Senegal get out and run and finish. So we might, it's a great sign for Jordan, and Tucker, as always, leads them.
Yeah, he's had to step up with El Douari sitting out. El Douari was their leading scorer, one of their leading scorers coming into this game. He is the man who plays at the highest level in terms of pro basketball on this team, plays in the Euro League. And without his 16.3 points per game, it's been all Tucker. He has a game-high 10.
And when you have those scenarios, you think, well, who's going to take some of that slack up? Well, at the moment, no one, because Tucker's gone out there and gone 10 and 6 in a quarter, and has been doing it both ends of the floor. He does need some help, though. The good thing is getting help with effort. You know, the guys that are coming in on the inside and going to the glass, they haven't really stopped going strong, even though they've had, 3 blocks in the first 3 minutes. It looked like it was going to be a bad night from that perspective, but they stayed with it. And if he can just get some help in the scoring column, it doesn't have to be from one person, just so it's not all down to him. Jordan could get that real big morale-boosting win to finish the tournament.
Reminder, don't forget to download the FIBA Basketball World Cup app. We're getting set for the quarterfinals here in China. Keep up to date with all the different permutations leading up to the quarterfinals. Who faces who in what city, the stats, the highlights, everything is in that app. It could be your best friend. Second quarter underway here in Shanghai. Group P action. Jordan in front of Senegal after a terrific first quarter. There you see the 5 on the floor for Jordan. Senegal comes away with the screen, steal, Diop. Oh! Dancing his way to the hoop and the foul.
Well, ran it off the top of the zone. Little 2-3 zone to start the second quarter. The offense is really struggling. Change the defense was guys' response to that first quarter. And then Diop, you can see what he thinks about it. Gets it. Just drive the ball coast to coast off the top of the zone. It's at the free throw line. Why didn't they play more minutes in the first quarter, coach? I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you that energy. I'm not going to back down from anybody. Now he's just got to compose himself, and he's going to slice the lead in half on the first play.
Really was a gorgeous drive.
Had everything, didn't he? He took contact, went through it, soft touch off the glass, then completes it with the throw.
Sleight of frame he could do with a couple more meals. But he was able to finish with power on that last drive. It's a 3-point game with Jordan front. The energy and activity on the defensive end by Senegal is raised since the quarter break. That 3 there by El Douari, no good.
Well, first possession, went to the zone. Second possession, they're back man to man, switching into the passing lanes with that starting lineup in the second quarter in Dordamir, Diop, Fire. That's what they were doing. You know, they stepped it up second quarter against Germany. They really did go on a couple of little runs that gave them a real big advantage. As you get a look at Douari on the bench, and he doesn't look to me as though he's going to grace us with his presence.
Look like it at all. Douari, we talked about in the quarter break, and before the start of the game, he had a little bit of an issue at the close of that Canada matchup, and probably best for him to sit out with the EuroLeague competition soon to begin. We almost don't get an off season, do we, with basketball?
Yeah, that's what FIBA have tried to do with the new calendar. So. There's more gaps. Apparently, they'll say there's a summer off completely in 2020. Get my years right now, 2022.
Yep. As a fan, I love it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
basketball, never a bad thing.
And now, like a number of other sports, national team competition throughout the season.
I love it.
Teams your fans get to see your team play at home in competitive basketball, which is a big deal, and the qualification system showed that in terms of how many fans just showed up to see those games. The issue for Senegal and Africa is they didn't get to that point. They're running little tournaments. So again, it's a little bit of a shame for them as the game gets bigger. We just had the biggest crowd ever for a basketball game in Africa, Afro Basket women. in Senegal. So you know the game is healthy in that country.
No question.
They get the gold medal there. If their men's team finish on a high here and get a win, they're just got to build that momentum for the game.
Coach Gay looking on as his team just had a shot clock violation. Ibrahim's been able to get to the tin at will, seemingly. Missed that time. Door goes up. He misses the alley-oop attempt. Fast-paced F1 basketball here. Oh, what a block by 5. Well, we expected an athletic display. We're talking off air. Might be highlights galore. Right now, we've had a couple highlight reel blocks. And Tucker gets through the line again.
Does a great job after the initial move to beat the defender, and you're not going to see it here. You're going to see the block. Pin that one against the window, but get a different angle on it too. It's probably got, with the number of cameras we have, we'll probably get it from everywhere. But it's like he says he sees Indoor coming on the help, uses his body to get the contact. He'll be disappointed he's not shooting one, as opposed to the 2. He's going to have to earn them from the free throw line. But Tucker again, just a quality guy, getting it done, and at the moment he is carrying the team.
We saw him point off to the crowd after the make free throw. There's a Senegalese fan who is, I guess we'll call him a super fan. He's letting his voice be heard and was heckling Tucker while he was at the line. Everyone remained silent. Tucker knocked it down and let him know that, hey, that maybe was for you.
He's obviously he's a very rich fan. He's in the VIP seats behind us. He's almost got like a little special spot. So he's visual and you can hear him.
Yeah, he's passionate. Trying to ignite his team. Will this ignite his team? 5 for 3, in and out. Abbas pulls it down, who just checked back into the game. He was forced to see the bench with 2 quick fouls. Enjoy, almost with the steal. Abbas picks it up, plenty of time on the shot clock. Abbas going to work on the smaller Almeida. 2 oldest guys on the floor. That's a 36-year-old on the 35-year-old. And last touch, they say, by Jordan, will go the other way.
FIBAWC, for me, has had a really good effect on this team, starting, getting more minutes with Diari not playing, just because he's been passionate. He's going after it. That just becomes contagious.
5. Cross-court pass. Yo, pulls up. That's a 2-pointer, and he's so smooth with that. Well, he's showing us the entire repertoire tonight. 5 points so far.
Didn't hardly saw the floor in the first quarter, and he really has exploded. Now he's in the passing lane, trying to do it at both ends.
FIBAWC, 1 dribble, picked it up, now needs help. Alawadi, almost a lazy pass, and it was stolen away. Here's 5. Tucker hustles back and poked it away. And Abbas got the steps right, throws it down.
Got some life in those old legs. Gets up and throws it down. Gets out on the break. Good vision. Gets the pass. 5-point lead for Jordan, and they really are. This is a completely different team.
9 turnovers now for Senegal. 5. They go inside. Doy, step away. Oh, a pretty shot. One-legged. Doy knocks it down. He has 8. Ibrahim. Spy on him. Wants to go inside to Abbas. Tucker finally feeds Abbas. Switch comes. Doy on Abbas. Abbas left it short. Doy's intimidation really being felt anytime he's in and around the rim. Couldn't handle that pass, though, as it goes out of bounds. It's a 10th turnover now for Senegal.
And again, it's just that, I mean, if he'd just taken his time, if he'd just waited another step or so Doy can establish position. The big fella, after playing defense, runs the floor really hard. Just play with his pace for a little while. Give him a bit of time to establish where he wants to receive it.
FIBAWC puts it on the deck, attacking fiercely. And he's hacked it. He'll go to the line.
Well, there's another great example, isn't it? He's just said, I'm going to go. You you want to try and block me, but I'm going to go quick. And I'm going to get to the line. And again, I'm going to show my team through my effort. We can win, we can play in this game. And he's done an excellent job. Diawari may be a better basketball player, but the impact of Abuzwani in this game has been exceptional.
Wozni knocks down his first free throw. Doi picked up his second foul. You'll have to be careful with plenty of time here to go in the second quarter, 5:45 to be exact. Second throw, no good. Still a 4-point lead now for Jordan. Almeida. Fi looking for Doi. Doi has it, surveys the situation. 5 to 5. Now Fi drives, floater in and out. Gets his own miss, powers it up, and the foul!
Big time effort play. Doesn't matter how much talent you have, if you just got effort, you're going to get. And now he's a good athlete, but he took every piece of contact he could and still kisses it off the glass. And now he's going to want to complete the three-point play to cut it to one. If Senegal can just stop turning the ball over, they're in good shape. They shouldn't really have to panic. Just take care of the ball, and they're in really a healthy position halfway through the second quarter, even though they're down 2 with this one to come.
Mohamed Fi already with 8 points in this one. It was Ibrahima Fi who put on the show against Germany 2 nights ago. Mohamed Fi now taking over as a go-to guy for Senegal in this one. Has his team down 1. Tucker, he'll pull for 3 and hits. Points to the bench saying, stop heckling me. I'm going to knock it down. 15 big points.
Sometimes that trash talking, the heckle, or whatever you want to call it, someone like Tucker will take that challenge on. And it's the last thing you need to do is to fire up a guy with his talent. It's tough enough to guard him without him, as he is at the moment. They can heckle him as much as they want. He already has 15 and 6 on the game in 13 minutes. He is what he is, quality.
Wadi sits on the bench after picking up that last foul. On the rejoin, it's Almeida. Doi to the tin. Oh, missed the layup, but taps it back in. Heading to the stat line for Doi. Really trying to fill the stat sheet. He has a couple blocks. The offensive board and the bucket. Ibrahim. 3 no good, and Gay pulls it down. Mohamed Fi. Almeida. 2-man game with Doi. Doi crashing into the defender, and they say jump ball. They'll stay on this end. The arrow pointing this way. That last miss was actually an own basket. Doi will get credit for it, but as though Wozni tapped it into his own goal.
His first field goal.
Not the one he wanted, but.
And I really am not going to give him a hard time because he may only have the 1 point. It's not about his points. It's not about anything. It's not about a stat line. It's just his attitude he's put on the floor for Jordan. You know, the fact he got involved in that defensive rebound situation, and he wasn't guarding, but he was the guy coming from help. So he's done what he can. All you can do is do what you can do for your team, and it's exactly what he's doing. It's effort that he's bringing. Him and Abbas have done a better job combined than when Diawi was playing the other day.
Ibrahim getting his hand to the inbound pass. Look out, Jordan the other way. It's Tucker, the foul, and he's back to the free throw line.
Again, he's going to be disappointed that he didn't finish it, but he used his body again, just took away the lane. But anyway, there's no way he was going to allow him to try and block because he went straight across the line for the recovering defender.
The emotion of trying to get your first victory here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019. Both coaches can feel it, no question about that. 2-point game with 4:04 in Dar Tucker toes the line. He has 15 points and counting. I didn't want to read off his free throw stats, but he missed anyway. So you can't blame that one on me.
I mean, he is really normally an incredibly good free throw shooter. You said he was 80% before. And that's his, one miss. He's only missed 7 from 8. Right-handed, left-handed, doesn't matter. He's just compiling numbers on tonight's game.
Talked about how important it is for him to, even though he's from Michigan in the United States, talked about how important it is for him to represent this country and what it means to the country and what it means for him to help grow the game in Jordan. Said that football or soccer, depending on what part of the country you're listening, is obviously the #1 sport in that country, but basketball continues to grow, and it feels as though, strong effort by this team here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup may develop new fans and encourage them to play the game that he loves so much.
Abbas picks up his third foul at the offensive end.
Yeah, he's in complete shock. He was saying wow to the referees.
Well, apart from the actual Senegalese, I can't remember which Senegalese player was involved in the particular situation. Everyone else was lining up. Everyone else was like expecting to be playing defense. So it was only I think that it was Mohamed Faye and the referee were the only two walking the other way. Everyone else was getting ready to play.
Ibrahim has been a pest defensively since the start. There's a couple steals. I'm sure Dalmeida's tired of seeing him guard him. Mohamed Faye thought about it, a little out of his range, so he'll put it on the deck. Step back 3. That's Guy knocking it down in the corner. Ties the game at 31. Tucker has Doy on him. He'll penetrate on Doy. Held it in the air, no good. FIBAWC got to the rim again, but couldn't corral. Dalmeida. Faye tees up a 3. Senegal lead. Head coach Joey Steinbing wants to talk it over as he sees his team losing momentum a little bit here. Faye teeing it up. He's red hot. 14 points, leading the way for Senegal. Timeout on the floor. 34-31 your score with 2:50 remaining in the second quarter.
We're going to listen to Coach Steinbing, but we said if they stop turning it over, they'll be fine. Haven't turned it over for a few minutes. There's the 3-point lead.
The captain.
When Dar shoots, you got to be running back. You and Freddie both. Transition. We can't give up transition baskets. All right? Get back on defense.
I stop ball, then you pass it right back.
Well, if you just got to look at the numbers, the shooting percentages for Senegal are great. It's just those turnovers have allowed Jordan to, initially lead and stay in it. 3-point game on the back of the fact that they have turned the ball over far too often. Senegal, you get the replay of the 3 where Faye strikes a pose and continues to strike a pose for at least 10 seconds. And he's enjoying the, as you should. 2:50 to go, you put your team up by 3. All the momentum with your team. You're in a very, very good shape.
Well, the Flies have enjoyed playing here in Shanghai. Probably wondering why they weren't chosen to be in this group originally. They shot the ball incredibly well. The other night it was Ibrahim Faye came up with some big time points and a big time effort in the loss to Germany. Now Mohamed Faye getting it done, and 14 big points a game, or sorry, a team high. Only Dar Tucker eclipsing him with 16 points the other way. But you mentioned someone's going to have to help Dar Tucker score. Jordan has struggled from the field. Only Ibrahim, who's on the rock right now, has 4 points. That's a big gap.
That's their issue. Someone else. As you said right at the beginning of the game, it's been a 2-man show for the Jordan national team, and Ahmad Fafiwari's not here. He's on the bench. He's not going to play. So he's averaging, a very high 19 points a game. Well, we're not looking at one guy to get 19, but 3 or 4 between them. That's only 3 or 4 points each. Someone's going to step up. The only guy who's brought more is FIBAWC, but he's not going to score. So there are guys out here who can let the ball go and shoot it. They've just got to step up and do it.
FIBAWC. He's 3 on the shot clock. Needs some help. Ibrahim tosses it up as the buzzer expires, and that's an air ball.
Nothing really underlines the problem they have in that play. Tucker doesn't get anywhere near the basketball. They're looking for him. No one's looking to be the aggressor, and they end up a 24 violation. There's the 2 quandaries. Senegal take care of the ball. Jordan needs to find some other scorers, and then we've got a game that's going to go all the way down to the wire.
Guy with a mini heat check and rebound there by Guy. Fresh 14 for Senegal. Almeida driving. No one closed on him. He missed it anyway. And a battle as teams hitting the tag. Kick ball, it will go the other way. Well, credit Yusuf Abouazni, as you mentioned, not a big-time scorer, but he's been getting in the mix, number 12 in white throughout. And that time, forcing the kickball. El Wadi started the game. There he is on your screen, number 23 in white. El Wadi started the game with 2 3-pointers.
Yep.
We haven't heard from him since. He's back on the floor now. Let's see if he can give Jordan a little scoring punch with under 2 to play here in the first half. Ibrahim driving on 5. Here's El Wadi. His foot was on the line. That's a 2. No good. Abouazni right at the doorstep. Puts it back up and in.
Well, you asked him what's he going to do. Comes in, gets his feet set. It's a decent screen and uses it pretty well. And just in terms of, apart from Tucker, Wani, who's been the man really for Jordan in terms of effort, gets on the glass.
Decides his boy. Curling, he traveled. Good defense by Abouazni.
Abouazni again, didn't do anything, did he? There's no way he can even consider blocking the shot. Gets down, seals it, doesn't let him come back out to get an angle on the glass. And again, there are so many ways you can help your team, as he is demonstrated.
1-point game once again. That's the 12th turnover for Senegal. Here's Tucker. Tucker probing inside. Oh, tough layup by Dart Tucker. Carrying his team right now with 18. Almeida turns the corner. Wadi pressuring Dalmeida. Dalmeida now driving, looking for help. Abouazni got his hand to it, and another turnover for Senegal. Wadi finds Ibrahim. Ibrahim will penetrate. The kick out to the corner. It's last touch by Senegal. Stay here. 16 on the shot clock.
Well, we're all looking forward to the halftime break, but Alfred's shot here. Abouazi's at the halfway line. Needing assistance.
Yeah, he's trying to the bench right now. My goodness. What an effort. What an effort for the big man.
After that play, he didn't even get over the halfway line. He signaled to the bench and said he didn't want to get too far away because he'd have to run back to the bench.
Hussein, number 13 in white, checks in for him. He'll get the touch inside. 4 jerseys around him. And he's hustling. Kicks it out. Wadi. 5 to shoot. Wadi will drive inside. Can't get it to go. Doi again. Intimidating. Yo. Almeida. 15 on the game clock. Senegal looking to hold for the last possession. Wadi stuck his hand in the cookie jar. Ref called him for a foul. That will send Almeida to the line as Senegal's in a penalty.
You love the effort, but you hate the decision to go after it. You know, he's going to look at it and say, well, I got hit the other way, but right in front of the official, he's going to reach for the basketball. And in the penalty situation, the 11 seconds to go. Well, we were worried about, well, not worried, we were questioning how this game might go. And what we've ended up with is a great one.
Yeah.
You know, both teams going at it. Performances where there's a story in that Jordan lineup with the fact that Wari's sitting down and they've got a great contribution. Abouazni has done a marvelous job. So much he's in the oxygen tent right now. Should have gone to the locker room early, get a little rub down or something. but he'll be back ready to go in the second half. They don't need the crazy fouls. That's the one thing they don't need.
Almeida gives his team a 1-point lead. Let's see if Jordan could close the half with some momentum. It's Tucker right to the 10. Can't get the rolls, tapped away by 5. And that's how we'll end the first half of what's been a thriller between two teams looking for their first win here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. 1-point game, Senegal in front, halftime here in Shanghai.
No one tell me that there are such a thing as dead games in national team basketball. Those stats, great effort by Senegal in terms of their efficiency, but the turnovers numbers of 13 means we've got a 1-point game. They take care of the ball, they win the basketball game, unless Jordan can find someone else to help Tucker in the scoring column. You know, not all the games, it's not always that straightforward, and who knows what's going to happen in the second half, but that's where we are at the half. Tucker, as you see, 18. Alawadi came in and hit that 2 after hitting the 3 earlier in the game. Ibrahim was quick off the bench, but then hasn't scored since. Someone else has got to score, then Jordan have a chance. Senegal take care of it, they win the game.
We'll leave you with the halftime highlights and be back for the second half. Classification round here, Group B, Senegal, Jordan. It's been a thriller so far. Don't go anywhere.
Back out to Jan Leach's man on the floor and throws it down.
Now we've got a Chinese poster.
Rodriguez, good back pass down the floor. And add yourself to the highlight reel, my friend.
Alexander Franklin getting what he deserved. He catches, he streaked down the floor.
To Claver. Claver, nice back pass into Willie Hernan Gomez. Oh my words.
What a move, what a drive initially. Nice job by Claver.
They're only up by 5. There's the pick and a pick and roll. And Delia with the basket with the one hand. What a perfect execution of the pick and roll. Oh boy, you like that.
Oh! Did you see that? Matu throws it down.
But this Nigerian team just keeps attacking the rim.
My parents gave me away, so I had no purpose in this life. Yeah. When you educate a woman, you educate a nation. It's a quote from Nelson Mandela, by the way.
I don't know, for whatever reason, they are calling offensive fouls on you. I thought you had your hands up. The guy said you had your hands down. I don't know. Hey, first.
Les systèmes ne sont pas huilés. S'il y a un brouillon, 4 out. Expliquez-le. Dégg nga. Su jaxasoo rek 2, 1, 3, 4. Et après, même si bon ice, tu peux mettre le ball. Allez, let's go. Les gars, tout le premier c'est la défense. Bon, la défense.
Allez. Got the privilege of listening into both huddles, first in English and of course French, so those who spoke French understood. Carlingay alongside Mark Clark. We get set for the second half. Senegal up 1 on that team right there, Jordan, who have brought the energy that they didn't bring against Canada and are in a basketball game.
Excuse me. Totally in a basketball game. But like whether it's going to be, as you saw in the background, whether it's going to be Freddie Ibrahim, whether it's going to be anyone on this team, Al-Wadi, someone else has got to get, one or two of them have got to get into double figures, because I don't think that Dar Tucker is going to be able to carry them to the win on his own. He's doing a great job of keeping them in it right now.
Sure is. Here we go for the start of the second half. Group P action here in Shanghai, the Oriental Sports Center. Senegal up 1, Senegal in the green uniforms, and Jordan in the home white. There you see the 5 on the floor for Jordan as Abbas takes the 3, no good. Carlingay alongside Mark Clark. Glad you're with us wherever you are, however you're doing so. And we've seen a game with a lot of highlights, like that one right there by Doy.
That's transition basketball, isn't it? Great control at the point. Doy does what he's supposed to do and gets to the right position, beautifully found.
Tucker, the floater, no good. Tapped up by Abbas. Doy vacuums it in. Sam the other way. Almeida. Bai, who's been red hot. Thought better of the shot. Almeida turns the corner aggressively. Doy for 2. Thought he got poked in the eye.
Right, it's a great start though, isn't it? Great start. Transition, the first 2. Transition straight into the half court, ball didn't stick. It's where really Senegal have improved as this competition has progressed.
Abbas took steps.
I would take steps. If I was going to the basket and I saw Ndoye coming, I think I would do, because his physical intimidation has been there from minute 1. He's done a tremendous job just being there.
Now he's starting to get the offense going as the first 4 points here in the second half. First 4 points for Senegal. Bai inside on Dar Tucker. Floor is cleared for him. 5 spins away with the left hand. Oh! It's the Doy show at the moment. 6 straight points. 2 of them nasty finishes.
Well, again, isn't it? Don't put a body on him on the glass, and the athlete will always win the battle on the boards.
Ibrahim, oh, high off the glass, had to get it above the outstretched arm of 5. And Ibrahim now with 6. Oh, Sam galloping his way to the tin, can't get it to go. Ibrahim the other way. Oh, behind the back! And Dar Tucker with the punctuation mark at the end of that highlight. Showtime for Jordan. My goodness. FIBAWC with the steal. On the runway. Oh! Oh my goodness. He was gassed at the end of the first half. He got the rest, and the legs are feeling quite spry here to start the second.
Players were up to shout it down. The doctor was up with the oxygen tank for him. That's a long run.
Almeida on the drive, gets it to go. Jordan's 6-0 run coming to a close after that bucket by Almeida.
What a phenomenal start to this second half, though. Both teams being really aggressive. It's not as if teams aren't playing defense here. A couple of turnovers, yes.
Tucker with the long three, no good. Doi pulls it down. 5, driving in, over the top of Abbas. Doi looking to follow. He wants a foul call, none coming. Ibrahim takes the contact, can't get it to go. FIBAWC was there for the tap in, can't get it. It's 5 the other way, up top to Doi. Well, 2 nights ago we had 3-point city. Welcome to a dunking display. Doi smash leads to a timeout. Senegal running all over Jordan at the moment. 46-41 here in the third quarter.
Hey, we got to do a better job of containing the ball. Keep it in front. 5 and 10 right now are hurting us. Getting to the basket. Freddie, penetrate, man. Yusuf, the guy came to you, all you had to do was just dump it to him. He's wide open. Don't shoot a tough shot if you got somebody else for an easy shot. Come on, make the simple play. I did. Just listen to him, okay? Because you guys want different things. All right, I want to go right this time. Blast, okay? Get some movement going.
Doi has come out here in the second half, and his team needed a spark. He's bringing it.
Well, nothing like that to spark you. He's just his activity, his intensity, both ends of the floor. I mean, he's dominant around the ring, both ends. But Jordan, we've ended up with a 5-point situation. But Jordan had the breakaways, they had the steals, they could have finished. As Coach just said, you've got the man with you. Don't make a tough one. Give it up, he'll score. This is by no means over for Jordan if they show this type of intensity, because the undersized and the experience of Abbas and the work rate of FIBAWC, they're just working to keep their team in it. Tucker's going to give them at least 40 at this rate, so they're right in this. Just got to stop the dunk show.
Doi with 16 points, 6 rebounds, 3 blocks. He has his team up at the moment, 46-41. See how Jordan responds after the timeout. It's Tucker on the drive. He has 22 and counting.
Super decision against the closeout. The closeout was off balance. Attacks the lane, gets the help, uses his body. Coach said, keep it simple. Kiss it off the glass from 2 feet, you're going to score.
Response by Jordan after that timeout to stop the run. Doi pulls up. His shot no good. Here they come the other way. Chance to tie down this floor. They get tied with a 3. Ibrahim turning the corner. Tried to drop it off for Abbas. It's tough. 5. Buckle up for him. Touch the back with the ball and softly slams it home. 14 big points for 5. Elwadi knocking down a triple. Well, when he gets his feet set, Mark, he's able to hit.
And therefore, set him some screens so he gets a little space so he can hit. And that's one of the ways they can tick it over.
There's 8 points. Doi. Boy, he's putting on a show. Mammoth inside. 18 points for him.
Oh, the French League is loving him. They're going to love that sort of athleticism every week.
Some defense now by the Senegalese fan who have made the trip. Tucker looking for some help after picking up the dribble. Goes inside to Abbas. 3 on the shot clock. Abbas gets it up in time. Left it short. He's been a mainstay for this national team. Likely his final tournament, major tournament I should say, for Zaid Abbas. 35 years of age. Almeida, who's 36 years of age, finishes above Abbas.
Finished like an 18-year-old there. Got off the floor, took the bump, again, it's a great example for people watching. It's not always about throwing it down, using your body, getting control, using the backboard. That backboard's there for a reason.
Tucker. Refs will talk about it.
That's good, because he was fouled.
Oh, a technical foul on Jordan Bench, meanwhile, behind the scenes. So we take a look at this replay. Refs still discussing whether or not it should be an and one. It's definitely a foul.
He picked the ball up. If we're looking at it, he picked the ball up, therefore it's an and one.
See the call here. Foul, and they say no basket on the floor. Meanwhile, Jordan's bench picked up a technical foul, so that will lead to free throws the other end. Boy, that's tough. You thought you were getting an and one, and all of a sudden now you are hit with the teeth.
But it was the bench, wasn't coach. It was the bench that were just moaning about the delay and why it wasn't an and one. We haven't actually seen a replay of it, but at the point when it happened, it looked like he picked the ball up, got fouled, took the 2 steps to the layup. Then it depends on when they saw him or didn't see him picking the ball up. And what you don't need is to hurt yourself. You're down 7, don't hurt yourself. You can be as frustrated as you want. These officials are not going to change it. They're just going to get on with making the decision as they should.
Doy was still arguing with the referee as we rejoined play. We got away with it as Ibrahim missed a wide open 3. So after all that, 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Senegal up 53-46. Both these teams looking for their first win here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. 5, showing the athleticism, grabbing the offensive rebound, and the putback is there.
That's just sheer effort. And at the other end, again, it's Senegalese defense, as they did against Germany. When you're trying to feed the inside, you better pass it away from the defense because they're so quick at coming around if you hadn't sealed off. Again, they get another deflection.
Quick and long. Awadi driving inside, over the top of Doy. That's a tough task. He's had to score. El Wadi has provided some scoring. He's now into double figures.
Well, he had nearly 13 points a game in the qualifiers, so he is where they should be looking for extra points.
5, driving, was hit, awkward shot, but he'll go to the line for 2. Here's the replay of El Wadi, and he's had to score without Ahmed El Douari, their leading scorer, not playing in this game. That man right there has able to stroke it, inside, outside game. Dar Tucker, of course, has been terrific. He has 22 points. That secondary, third option has to show up.
Yep. And El Wadi's the guy that's starting to do that. Some effort coming off the bench, but they need some points.
Dancing at the moment are the Senegalese fans. They're up 8. 3:05 to play here in the third. Ibrahim. El Wadi for 3. Got it.
It's not hard, is it? Set a good screen and ask the question of a defense. Because when his feet set, has enough separation, he's shooting a pretty decent percentage at the moment.
50% from 3-point range. 13 in the game for El Wadi. Tucker slapped at it. And then Abu Wazni comes away with the steal. And he gives it right back. Almeida up top. Look at Abbas get up. And no shot. Offensive foul. Freddie Ibrahim taking it right in the chest. Well, Senegal thought they had an and one. It's a foul on that man right there. Almeida, you be the judge at home. There's a push from behind on Doy, who was coming down the lane.
Oh, yeah. Because Ibrahim didn't know what had happened. He just ends up on the floor. Doy's going to talk about it.
Ibrahim's ready to argue that basketball is a non-contact sport after taking a shot like that.
See, the issue you have now, if you're Jordan, you've just been teed up for saying stuff, and there's an ongoing conversation going on the court, and you're thinking, well, hang on a minute. Okay, I don't know what the Jordan bench says, and it's a little different, but there's an abusive situation coming off the bench. So then obviously they have to correct that, but you can't have a player having a conversation for 3 trips to the floor, which is what Ndoye's actually had for the last 3 possessions. He's right from the potential and one that wasn't called a shooting foul till now, he's still chirping at the official. At some point, the official's going to have to say, look, this isn't just discussion.
Well, what the issue is previously, Ndoye picked up a foul. The scorer's table thought it was, well, he was assessed a foul that he didn't believe was him. The scorer's table went to, the referee indicated the scorer's table 5, and they gave it to Ndoye, who was wearing number 15. So that picked up his 3rd. And now on this trip down, he wasn't arguing that he was fouled because he did commit the foul, but now that's his 4th foul and he'll have to sit. So he's arguing that he should have never got his 3rd in the first place. And that is the reason why the discussion extended. That was the reason for the delay. We're off and running again with Jordan with the basketball, down 5.
Big call, isn't it, for Senegal?
It is. Let's see if Jordan can take advantage. Tucker tried to drive in. Good defense there by 5, staying low.
It's not so much they don't have the athletes to come in and rotate and everything else. It's just that he's been so dominant in literally controlling the middle of the floor. Anything around the ring, he has been challenging shots, scoring at the offensive end. Now they're going to have to make some more shots, and they're going to have to rotate more defensively.
Abasuki into the game for Jordan. Hounding Sam. Okay, good show and go inside. Diop for 2. No good. 5 with the look away feed. Oh, Ibrahim came crashing in with the block, landed awkwardly, and he's grabbing his right leg. Boy, your body's just not supposed to bend like that. That could have been dangerous. He's walking fine. Seems to be okay, Freddie Ibrahim.
They're going to check this for unsportsmanlike, I assume.
They will, and we'll listen into the conversation.
Foul if we have to upgrade or not. For me, it's dangerous foul in attempt to play the player.
He's trying to block the ball.
Normal split, please. Normal split.
Ibrahim actually took the worst of the hit.
Yeah.
What you have?
He tried to play the ball.
Yes.
But he can't.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, smell, or could say it's going up. It's going up, he's going with the ball, so it's normal foul.
Yes.
Because the ball is going behind his head.
Yes.
So we downgrade because it's normal basketball movement, and it's not hard because he's releasing immediately the ball, and then you lose the balance.
Yes.
Okay, so we will downgrade the foul from a sportsmanlike foul, to
11
normal.
to show.
11 is the shot, and so foul is number 5.
Yes.
Okay, agree? Let's go, guys. Let's go. Super. So we downgrade the foul.
Thank you, Manu.
So
there's the.
It's normal foul. 5, 2 shots.
I think, again, it's great that you hear why they've downgraded it. The fact that the ball comes behind the head actually gives the opportunity to try and block it, so therefore it's a normal blocking action. The strength of the foul is, in this instance, is immaterial, and it looks a lot worse in the end because he's slipping on the floor.
Right.
And you've got to, in some ways, it's a big effort by Ibrahim to get a block. If he hadn't kept the ball behind his head and it had gone across his head and across his arms from behind it, they'd have almost certainly called it unsportsmanlike, because it's completely unrealistic in the attempt to get to the ball.
5 missed the first free throw.
You've got to love the innovation, though, haven't you? Because otherwise they're listening to you and I talking about refereeing calls. That's a dangerous place to be.
Very dangerous. It turned out to be a good foul for Ibrahim.
Yep.
No damage done.
And he's still on the floor.
Pass inside. Lamarje.
Nice recognition, because they had the mismatch at the guard, the off-guard spot, and they used it really well.
By driving down the lane. He had that go in and out and looked up to the heavens saying, are you kidding me? Tucker. Crossover, driving. The foul's on the floor.
You've got to say that's a good foul, because Diop knew that the wingman was there, so he called for that. He was blown away, and he did make a reasonable attempt to try and be close to the basketball. But Tucker's drew on another positive stat, but we're on the side.
Suki you see on the screen there. Plays limited minutes for Coach Dogger, Steinbeck, and he'll sit with a minute 18 to play here in the third quarter. Tucker driving, stepped out of bounds, good defense by 5. Not going for the fakes originally, moving his feet there.
And that's what I really like. This Senegalese team going forward, if they can get themselves to a position where they arrive more prepared. Defensively, they're so long, so quick. Their lateral movement's very good. One-on-one, they can really contain dribble.
Almeida, Barabas can't get it to go. 5 pulls down the rebound. Inside Diop, no good. They're bouncing right off the floor as Senegal. Another offensive rebound. This is Sam for 3. Can't get it to go. And no damage done on that trip. Jordan the other way. Ibrahim, watched by Diop. Ibrahim driving. He'll go to the line for 2. Well, the knee seems to be okay for Freddie Ibrahim.
Yep.
After taking that hard fall, only 22 years of age, the youngest player on this team. Qatar guy checks into the game, number 35 in green for Senegal. And Ahmed Hussein checks into the game for Jordan. Ibrahim with 6 points, toes the line for 2 free throws. Knocks down his first. Freddie Ibrahim, of course, Canadian-born, representing Jordan here. His proud heritage. Big moment for him and his family. I'm sure they're watching back home in Canada. He knocks down both as he tries to help Jordan get their first win here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019. Tough games. Him going up against Canada the other day, probably not the effort that he was expecting. He has a chance to make that up here. He's played well. 8 to shoot for Senegal. Almeida turns. 5's open for 3. That's too strong. Slapped out of the hands. Good save by El Marji. And Ibrahim will cross the court. Fake to shoot. Look away pass is tipped. Sam. Almeida, plenty of time to get it off. He does. In and out at the buzzer. And we'll end the third quarter the same way we started it. 1-point game. Senegal 56, Jordan 55. Both teams looking for a victory here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup.
Well, the points and the percentages, Jordan's improved, so it's getting a little tighter. But we get a look at the rebounds. That huge advantage on the glass for Senegal, involved with 10 extra rebounds, 10 offensive boards. At the start of that half, it was all about that man, but he's sitting with foul trouble, and that was a huge, that allowed really Jordan to get back into the game and make it only a 1-point game. Because inside, outside, offense and defense, it was just being the dominant force in the game until he had to sit with the foul trouble. The great thing for Jordan, Alawadi gets up to 13. Ibrahim now moving on as well, contributing from a points perspective. So they've got their second scorer. They need Ibrahim or someone else to get over 10. Still got the effort coming in from the undersized guys on the inside, and this is, we're going to see the play that got the doctor excited. Because this guy, I can't say enough good thing about Abuzani, because he was so he has not played a load of minutes. He comes in because he has to. Al-Zawahiri's injured. He has just worked so hard throughout those first 3 quarters. Gets rewarded with the steal and the breakaway. But his effort has really, I think, sparked a reaction from his teammates. There's guys hitting the floor, taking charges. That wasn't there the other day. Coach has got something to work with. Joseph Steinbeck's really in this game now, and his team has got an opportunity, 1 down. This is going to go right down to the wire. Ndoye's presence is possibly going to be the decisive factor. How many minutes does he play with 4 fouls?
Sits on the bench to start the 4th quarter. That man right there, Dart Tucker, he's been important for Jordan. Game high 22 points. Can he carry his team to a first win here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in their final game? 4th period underway, 10 minutes away from one team taking a victory home away from China. Carlin Gay alongside Mark Clark. Senegal up 1 on Jordan. Group P action here in Shanghai as that shot no good by Guy. Abbas pulls it down.
All right, Abbas did a good job getting his body in the way. If they're going to get back in this game on the glass in terms of even up, that's that box out. Don't start jumping around, box out.
Wadi for 3.
He's reading that screen so well now. They're still chasing. No one's diving up the middle. No one's switching out. And he's becoming a huge factor.
5 driving. Can't get it to go. Abbas pulls down the rebound, and that's the first team foul here. Start the quarter. There's Abbas. You just talked about the Abbas screen, got it right, but Wadi reading it so well. When he gets his feet set, he's going to knock it down.
They are so undersized at the moment, Jordan. So athleted here.
Yeah.
It's going to get down to how physical they can be and how much space they can take up, and they've got to knock down jump shots.
Tucker inside Abbas. Abbas trying to bully his way to the rim. Got the fadeaway.
Wow.
Well, the last time he shot that one, it was an air ball.
Yeah. But then Doyle was in the game then.
That's right. He's sitting on the bench with 4 fouls at the moment. How long does he sit? Well, he gets off the bench now. He's coming into the game. Lamarji with the block from behind. And a held ball. It's going the other way. Jordan basketball is the arrow in their favor. That whistle allows Doy to come in as we see the last basket, or the last block, sorry, by Lamarji. The fans have enjoyed this one.
One guy we haven't seen a lot, he must have some problems. Morrison Doyle hasn't really, 12 minutes in the first half, hasn't seen any action. Ibrahim
driving. He rushed it. He felt the presence of Doy, who's back into the game with 4 fouls. Almeida. Doy wants it on the block. He'll come back and set a screen for Dalmeida. Nothing happening offensively right now, but still plenty of time to shoot. Now they got to rush. Dalmeida tosses it up. He was blocked. That's a shot clock violation. How about that defense from Jordan?
No one got turned. They dealt with it. But again, you know, we talked earlier in the game about like the small little, detailed stuff. Those ball screens, the angle's not correct. They're not trying to come off it, so the defense can slide under and protect it. And they never got turned throughout the whole set. And then Doy's back in the game. They couldn't even just toss it inside.
Wadi for 3 again. That was tapped by Guy. Got a fingertip to it.
Much better job. Didn't have the opportunity in space to shoot the basketball. Much better job chasing. Much better job switching out.
Ibrahim will take a breather. I'm sure it will be short as it's played well. Abdeen checks in.
Coach Stuyvesant giving Ibrahim a hard time. He missed the layup. The guy's done a great job of breaking down that Senegalese defense. And at the defensive end, he's been as responsible as anybody. So it's, you'd hope he comes back in.
He's being consoled on the bench right now by Hussein, showing good leadership for the young man. The youngest player on the team at 22 years old. Almeida, again, the offense stagnant. 1 to shoot. Vi gets it off just in time. It's hard off the glass. Offensive rebound by Senegal. Almeida, he's fouled by Abdeen. First team foul here for Jordan. 7:06 to play in the game. See the intense look-up faces. Both sides looking for victory. What that would mean for their country to get 1 win at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. There's a Long trip back home for both these squads from China. It would be a much shorter trip. They were going home with a win. Guy, step back. That looks good. Good there. He hasn't played much in this FIBA Basketball World Cup, but he has some talent.
Oh, I think they're very deep talent-wise. You know, talent potential, they're very deep, Senegal. Experience, no.
Tucker drives in, gets it to go. Talk about experience, that man right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Knows the type of shot he needs to make in those seasons. He's a scorer.
5. Attacking. Was hit, and he'll go to the line. But when they want to, they put so much pressure on your defense, the Senegal, as we see the last basket there by Tucker. Tucker with 24 big points, game high. We asked who would step up without Ahmed El-Douari in the game, and it's been Tucker. You see the scoring run. Senegal's offense have been on pause. It's a 14-0 scoring run over the last 6 minutes. Let's see if I can put an end to that. Well, after having an explosive night against Canada the other day, he's been held to just 2 points in this one. He did his job going to the line and breaking the ice. Felt like there was a lid on the rim over there. Tucker probing. Tucker can't get it to go. By with another rebound. That's his 10th. Almeida galloping in. Guy for 3. It's an air ball. Stays here, 50 on the shot clock. And on the other end, Mohamed Fai is down in some trouble, and he needs help to get back to his bench. Diop, you see on your screen there, is checking into the game for him, as Fai will hop off on his own power. Well, that's a big loss. Heading to the locker room right now, Mohamed Fai, he has 17 points, 5 rebounds. He's been the secondary scoring option for Senegal all night. They can't have him. Someone else is going to have to step up. Young. Almeida. 5 to shoot. 5 for 3. No good. Tucker pulls down the rebound. Dar Tucker. Awadi for 3. No good. See if Senegal can get a look here. It's a guy 3. Finally, they put an end to the scoring run. It leads to a timeout on the floor. 5:29, both these two teams looking for a victory on their way out of China. It's a 2-point game, Jordan in front.
Well, Coach Slavin's decided to take the timeout.
Hey, I want you on
And the issue they have is that the guys had good looks, just didn't make one until the last one took. They haven't really guarded anybody for the last couple. They've just relied on Senegal missing.
The big guy's got to take a shooter, get out there. We got a match. Come on.
And that's exactly what he's saying now. Got to get out and match up.
Hey, no wasted possessions, man. None. Hey, let's go. Motion high. Motion high.
Well, he's enjoyed a great evening, hasn't he? Dar Tucker's been terrific. Of course, American-born from the Michigan area. But he is all Jordan, representing that name on the front of his jersey with some pride. Talked about how the game of basketball is growing in that country and he wants to be a part of it. 24 points. I bet you some kids back home are saying, give me a number 2 jersey for Christmas.
Coach has gone back to probably his hardest working lineup and his most potent lineup at the same time, because Freddie Ibrahim's back in the game. Tucker's obviously not going to sit down for the whole of this, and Alawadi's going to go the whole time, probably. And then he's gone for that, let's just say the older, technically sound, big combination on the inside with Abbas and Abuzwani.
Doi on the floor still for Senegal. That's Abbas, good pump fake and drive. Doi has 4 fouls. Couldn't do much to deter that Abbas drive. And it's back to a 4-point lead. Almeida. His pass goes awry. Yup. Johnny on the spot picking it up. Here's up, now driving, spin inside. Tried to find Doi inside, and Doi saying, that's my bad, I should have been ready for it. It's 6 on the shot clock.
And they're standing still now, Senegal. That's, you know, for the last few minutes, they haven't got anything in transition, and in the half court, Diop had it, everybody stood still, no one moved for him. They're so good when they spread it and move.
Nice floater, good. 4:40 left to go in the game, 2-point game. Dart Tucker crosses half. Looking for help. Thought about shooting it. Wozni, the step back, you don't get offense from him. Almeida. Yo, driving inside, took a bump. Doi gets the roll, ties it back up.
Well, there's the first 2 transition points. And that's, you know, Aswani, he's not there to create shots for himself. Go and get rebounds, get out on the break, that's it. The rest of the time, just work hard.
Awadi looking for help now as he's guarded by Guy. Screen, Abuwazi. Abbas open for 3. Can't get it to go. Look at Doi smashing in for the rebound.
Aswani thought he had that.
Almeida gets hacked on the pass. That's a 13 foul for Jordan. Wozni will hit the bench and should get a congratulations from his head coach. He's given them a great effort. Margie will check into the game for Jordan. You saw him there on your screen. Number 7 in white. He started most games at this tournament.
Yep.
Now coming off the bench. 3:42 might close the game for Jordan.
Ever present in the qualifiers, all 12. Average around 5 a game, so you know he's used to being out there.
Almeida had that poked out of his hands. He'll stay here with 8 on the shot clock. Senegal hasn't given up discussions with the ref as Ronda Almeida was just talking to Manu Mazzoni, still talking about being fouled. Mazzoni doing a good job of not pulling the trigger on a technical foul. One at this point in the game would just crush either team, wouldn't it?
Wow, yeah.
Yup, that's backcourt violation. Touched it in the front court.
No, I think he's going to correct. I think he's saying Ibrahim pushed it back into the backcourt. So he's going to give it back. Should give it back. There should be no, yeah. Ibrahim knocked it into the backcourt.
They discuss.
Well, they're going to talk about it. Yeah. Pretty straightforward to me.
There's the replay here.
In fact, to be fair, Ibrahim knocked it back onto Diop, and he then knocked it into the backcourt. So they're going to get it. They have to, yeah. And I've got to say, great job by the officials. That's why there's 3 guys. They'll go and talk about it, get the right call. And when you saw it on the replay, they didn't have to go to the review of the call. But Ibrahim, again, as we said, really has full energy. Generates the turnover, the scores the tie, big play.
Huge play to get possession back, and turnovers have been the Achilles heel for Senegal. That is turnover number 19. Tough to win a game when you're turning the ball over that much. Here's Ibrahim. Saw the offense. Let's see what he does. Check that. We saw the defense. See what he does on the offense. Abbas, that's a 2. Knocks it down.
Wow, the veteran has come to play in the fourth quarter. That's his 2nd jump shot. He went to there, 6 points in this period, almost back to back.
They've counted it as a 2. They will review it at the next break. To me, at live action, it looked as though his foot was on the line. So it's a 2-point jump shot at the moment and a 2-point lead for Jordan, but they will review it. Ibrahim. This is Abbas. Goes inside to Tucker. Tucker driving in. Tucker galloping. And the foul! Shake it off, baby! Dar Tucker! The move, the finish, and how about the little jingle?
Didn't need the body pump because he was putting on a show for the crowd down there. But you've got to love the way he went through the contact before he tried to put the shot up. He tried to force it through the contact. He's given his team a 4-point lead. They're going to review, I think you said they were going to review, and they're doing it right now, the Abbas 3. That's a big call now, can make it a 5-point game. But Abbas, 6 at the moment, 6, could be 7. Okay. 6 of his game points in the last 3 possessions. After the last time out that they take.
So we stay with 2 points, okay? Excellent, let's go.
Yeah, right on the line, as you called it.
So we remain with 2 points.
So after the last time out with Jordan, they said we're going to run the motion high, get him high. They spread the floor, he tacked it, and he's made 2 jump shots. And it's always about the guys that are going to step up to help Tucker. So Abbas has done it now. Azawadi was doing it earlier on. Ibrahim's helped him in other ways. So they've found a combination of guys to contribute. And 19 turnovers for Senegal, as you pointed out. They've balanced that out with just dominance on the glass. But at the moment, I just didn't see Jordan getting the win here after they were completely demoralized by Canada. You've got to, coach credit, team credit, and they had to go. Sometimes you need something. So maybe the absence of Diawari is the thing we can't do it, we've all got to step up. They use something to stop them thinking about the loss about Canada and thinking about this game. They're in a great spot, 4 up, 2:45 to go. Great opportunity to get their first win.
How huge would it be to pull this one off after getting blown out and allowing a record 24 3-pointers to Canada? And they had no effort in that game. Now, all effort here. There you see Mohamed Fai, who was terrific up until the injury. You see him icing it on the bench. That to me, I'm not a doctor, that to me looks like though he is done.
Yeah, his icing's done. And so there's that problem, plus the problem, whatever the problem is with Maurice Ndor, because Ndor in this situation, his experience would have been phenomenal, the 27-year-old. At the level he's played in a tight game, he's going to make smarter plays than most. So Senegal are going to try, they've got their own adversity now, they've got to overcome to get the win.
3-point play completed by Dar. It's a 5-point game. Where's the offense come for Senegal? Guy for 3, no good. And Dar comes up with the rebound. Not only has he scored, but he now has a double-double. 10 rebounds in the game for Dar Tucker. Sam with the strip. Ibrahim did a good job of getting it back. The shot clock does not reset. Diawari with the push shot. Got it! How about Jordan? 2:05 left in the game. A foul there by Al-Dawadi.
Well, Al-Dawadi's going to get the plaudits for the 2, but what an effort by Freddie Ibrahim. Didn't think about the fact he'd just been stripped, got back, recovered it, then was smart enough to just give it up. So, the youngster.
9 assists in this game for Freddie Ibrahim.
Yeah.
Coming up through high school in Canada, he living in Mississauga, went to Father Michael Gates High School there. He was tabbed as one of the best passers in the country at that time. Went to Tampa Bay University in the U.S., now playing for the country of his heritage, putting on a show, trying to help them get a win here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in China. They still have work to do, though. Dion, no good. They battle for it. This time, last touch by Jordan.
Well, Ndoye came back into the game with the 4 fouls after pretty much 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. He's taken 1 shot in that period. He's almost anonymous on the floor. And there is no way this is because he's got big bodies fronting him. They're just settling for jump shots at the moment. Senegal are literally going to settle, try and win this from the 3-point line. They were doing it with Ndoye just dominating on the inside. He's got to get touches right now.
See if they find him on this possession. 5. Guy for 3. Got it!
They settled against it. It was wide open on the ball reversal.
Guy come off the bench with 11 points. Foul by 5. It's only the 3rd team foul for Senegal. Take a look at that last 3 by Guy. He's the youngest player on the team, 22 years old. He's shown flashes. He's definitely part of the future for this program as they continue to grow. See the 4th foul there for 5. So foul for 5 and Doi both have 4 fouls. And only 3 team fouls for Senegal. They're playing up. Sam picks up the foul.
And that's a crazy foul.
Yeah, 4-team foul there.
Throws him straight on into the penalty. And why on earth would you do that at this stage of the game? Play defense. The future's bright for Senegalese basketball. You see their age group teams now, they just have talent that any country in the world would die for. They've got genuine, absolutely elite talent. Now they've just got to put the systems in place. A win here would be a huge plus for the future.
Margie for 3. No good. And battle for it, and Doi pulls down the rebound. Time of the essence now for Senegal. Sam, this is a 3 on its way. Got the roll. 1-point game. 1 minute to go here in Shanghai. Buckle up. Dar Tucker's been terrific. Tucker turning the corner. Tucker to the rim. Got it. And the foul. And a little dance again.
It's a tough move. Let's just put it down to a tough move. But you can see the issue. No help. No one adjusts. Now, okay, if Awadi's standing on the perimeter, you might want to stay with him, but he's the only one. No one else is. Abbas isn't even in the picture, so it's not as if he's a threat. And Doi could have stepped right in and challenged the shot, as he has done throughout the game. And they give Tucker a great drive lane, and he's going to make it a 3-point play.
30 and 10 for Dar Tucker. They asked him to step up before the game, and he has done that. Sam right to the rim. That's not the defense that kept Jordan in front. A big bucket by Sam. Guy thought he got a turnover. He touched the ball there. Him and Tucker having fun with this one. 45 seconds to play.
Wouldn't you just want guard Tucker to get it right now?
He has it now. Both teams in a penalty in terms of fouls. Tucker blows by Guy. Tucker to the rim. Oh, Dar Tucker. Sam walks into a 3. Got it! 1-point game. Senegal does not have to foul. And they do. Now Lamarje will go to the line for free throws. 5 picks up his 5th foul as you take a look at that last 3 by Sam. That was one of those where your coach is saying, no. Yeah, okay, take it.
I mean, what it does to the score is even if they make both from the frozen line here, it's still a 1-possession game. It'll just be a 3-point game if he makes both.
5th foul for that man right there, 5. Marge knocks down the free throw. Missed the free throw, but it's a lane violation on Abbas. So we'll go the other way. 2-point game with 27.3 to go. Both these teams winless here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. They both want to leave China with the victory. Senegal has a chance to tie and possibly take the lead on this possession. The all-important inbound, though. Both teams penalty situation fouls.
Referee takes some air out of the game, tie your lace, but surely They have to go to Ndoye here. They're 2 down. Surely he has to at least touch it before they just come down and throw up a 3.
He has 20 points, 10 rebounds, does Ndoye, but he also has 4 fouls. He's been quiet since leaving the game with his 4th. He re-entered and been non-existent, hasn't been aggressive at all, but they need him here. Almeida, the trigger man. This is Sam. He just knocked down a big 3-pointer. Sam, he'll take a 3. No good, it's tapped. It was touched. They can go in the backcourt and accept it. Guy with the ball here. Shot clock turned off. Sam crossing over. Sam to the corner. Ndoye for 3. No good. Dar Tucker with his 11th board and the biggest one of the night. He's fouled. He'll go to the line with 6 seconds to play.
Well, you see the great potential of Senegal, and you see why they are where they are right now. Loads of time left. Ndoye said he needed the ball on the 3-point line now. There's still 6 seconds to go. And he decided to take the 3. Understanding of the situation, the opportunity to go, at least look to tie it before you settle for a 3 if you get deep on the shot clock. And then the only man you don't want to step to the free throw line is going to step to the free throw line. Both of them ice the game.
Tucker knocks down the first, gives his team a 3-point lead. This is a big one. For Dar Tucker, timeout. Senegal with 6 seconds to go in the game, and hugs all around for Dar Tucker, who has definitely put his team on his back.
And if you compare what happened with Senegal having the ball to when Dar Tucker had it the time before, he wasn't going to be pulling up. Took it straight to the ring, kisses it off the glass to get the 2. Senegal had an eternity to get a shot they wanted. Sam was just, I made the last 3, I'm going to take this 3. Let's take a listen.
Lamine sort. Donc écran Youssou. Et après Youssou écran pour. Donc on a Lamine en haut, on a Mata ici. On prend un shoot. Si on le met, on fait la faute. Si on le met pas,
seems
on
to be
défend normal.
drawn up for that's our guy, who has 11 points. He's shown the ability to stroke 3. They don't need a 3 here in this situation, right? 6 seconds left. Is that enough time to score and foul?
Well, the only way they're going to lose, the only way they can do it in one is if they foul with 3, which is, I would hope that's what's being said. You know, Jordan may even foul to just send them to the line for 2, even though that, you know, he may not need to do that. They need to get it in and score quickly, 2 or a 3. You'd have thought something that takes Ndoye down low to try and screen someone to release him, then throw it into Ndoye if they do just one-on-one and go up. Or if they just stay down with Ndoye, throw it to the 3-point shooter. It's got to be quick. They've got to shoot the ball literally within 1 or 2 seconds here to give themselves a realistic chance of getting something the other way.
Almeida the trigger man. Guy for 3. Air ball. Ndoye inside. 1.8 to play. The foul with 1.2 seconds.
They called the timeout.
Well, Joey Steinbeck calls a timeout with 1.8, so they'll have to put some time back on the clock. He called it with 1.8. And Jordan timeout. 2-point game. Jordan timeout. Don't go anywhere.
And the one thing Jordan shouldn't do is throw it back towards the halfway line on the inbound. Because 1.8 seconds is more than enough to steal it, and you don't have to throw a prayer up. You can steal it and get something that, you know, it's half decent. So don't throw it back towards the halfway line.
Getting in a half court. I want Musa, you to take it in, right here. Okay? Zuzu, you're the first guy.
Yeah.
Hamashe, you're the second guy. Freddie, you're the third guy. No, I want Dar the third. Freddie, you're the first. I want you to loop around, okay, to the basket. Zuzu,
Yeah.
Hamashe, I want you to cut here. Zuzu, I want you to screen for Dar. Musa, I want Dar to come, and I want to throw the ball in this direction, okay? So we are not throwing the ball here. Understand? Dar, wait on Zuzu to set a screen and then come. If Dar's not open, Zuzu, you come to the ball. Look for Dar. Look for Dar. Musa, where you at? Musa, come on, man. Pay attention. I got it. No, if Dar's not open, then you got Zuzu coming to the ball. All right? But let's look for Dar. Throw it this way.
Let's go back. Just throw it here. Throw it here.
Well, Musa Alawaladi, he's pretty cool. Pay attention. I've got it. Don't worry, I've got it. You give me the ball. I'm not going to let you down. The guys get open. Don't worry, I've got it. And as you heard Coach say, don't throw it here. Don't throw it in this direction.
Well, this is a big moment for Jordan. Could be their first ever win at a FIBA Basketball World Cup. They've been here twice already. Their first World Championship was in 2010. They've been winless. They've lost a lot here in 2019 as well. Big time losses, big score lines, but they are 1.8 seconds away and an inbound from winning a game here in China. What a story that would be. Senegal, on the other hand, trying to get a victory. Oh, El-Wadi put it off the back of Dalmeida. That's why he didn't bother listening to the huddle. And Jordan with their first ever win here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in 2019. What a thriller. 79-77. Let's take a look at it again. Oh my, how about that? Forget about the clipboard. Just go out and have fun. Smiles all around for the team in white. The emotion, you see it pouring through. Oh, the world's got game. Jordan, 79. Senegal, 77. We've had fun here in Shanghai.
Well, one happy coach making his way to the locker room, and it'll be a fun press conference. Well, the second half will be anyway. And Jordan in the huddle celebrating. Tucker was phenomenal, obviously phenomenal, but as we both said throughout, it's about the contributions of the other guys. Tucker just took a load on himself. El-Wadi was superb in the second half. I don't want to underestimate the contribution of Ibrahim. He did a really decent job, both ends of the floor. He's just, but the old guys on the inside. Abbas was just tremendous, the 35-year-old. And Abouazani has just not played very much, was just phenomenal. So they got the contributions. And at times, the only numbers that matter at the end of a game like that is the 79 and the 77. It's almost, who cares where the win comes from? Who cares what they got? Who cares that we got out rebounded? Who cares that we didn't take advantage of that we took care of the ball? It's about the result, everything at this point. And for Jordan, they're going to celebrate tonight, the flight home. The fans at home are going to enjoy Tucker with 34, El-Wadi with 18. They got that, and Ibrahim with 8. So they got the contributions. But for Senegal, Ndoye, no factor in the fourth quarter. They jump shot their way to a defeat. And you just got to take your hat off to Jordan. They found a way to bounce back from an amazingly enormous defeat to get the win.
Dar Tucker, 34 points, ties the tournament high that was set by his teammate who did not play in this game, Ahmed El-Dawari. Wow. Tucker is obviously your MVP, 34 and 11. But Jordan, a historic win here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup, 79-77. For Mark Clark, I'm Carlin Gay. We'll be back in just a bit. Canada and Germany, a couple hours away. But for now, let's celebrate the Jordan victory. Congratulations to Jordan here in Shanghai.
Check.
TCL male podium is number 2, John Tucker from Jordan. 获得本场 TCL 全场最佳球员的得主是来自约旦队的2号 number 2, John Tucker. And now let's welcome Mr. Wu Xiang from TCL to present John Tucker with the trophy for TCL Player of the Game. 有请 TCL 集团张先生为 John Tucker 颁发 TCL 全场最佳球员奖杯。
Great